Alright, so I've been seeing this idiot online on YouTube showing how to solve, I think it's SAT questions, math SAT questions. And the way he's showing you how to solve it, it works. My problem is that he's pitching this as the simple way to do it, and it very much isn't. In virtually no cases is it actually. That's my problem with this. Um, so, let's take a for instance, right? So one of the examples he has, you have a list, 8, 4, M, and they average to 10. So, naturally, what is M? And then there's 4 choices. Now, just at a glance, M must be more than 10. 2 of the answers were less than 10. So instantly, just at a glance, 2 of the answers can be ruled out. So already, just by not being fucking retarded, you got it down to 50-50. Of the 2 answers that were more than 10, if I'm remembering correctly, I might be misremembering, but if I remember correctly, of the 2 answers that were more than 10, one of them was 12, which should be obviously too small. Because that would work for 8, but now the 4 is a problem, so we need more than that, right? The method he shows to do this, and the other option was the correct answer, obviously. The method he shows to do this was we consider how averages work. We divide that whole thing by 3, and then that equals 10. And then we need to get rid of this division by 3, so what he does is he just takes the whole thing, puts that in parentheses, and multiplies it by 3. So then over here, when you multiply by 3, you get this. 8 plus 4 plus m equals 30. And then that will yield 30 minus 12 or 18. Now, there's a simpler way to do this, where you can do it in your head while you're reading the fucking thing, right? So we know our average should be 10, so we're going to take 10 minus our first entry plus 10 minus our second entry plus, well, it's got to average to 10, right? So there you go. And now if you put this together, you might notice that this is the same as 30 minus 12. You can rearrange it to get the same thing. But the logical overhead to accomplish this is massively reduced, because we don't have to know how many elements are in the list, right? There is absolutely no division occurring at any point in time whatsoever, right? We're getting the correct answer regardless. Or another way to think of this, instead of 30 minus 12, is if you actually do it, you just get 8 plus 10, or 18, right? So if you do this more naturally, right, do this one in your head instantly, it's like, oh, well, that difference is 2. This difference is 6. So now my difference from 10 is 8. So M has to be 18. Because M needs to balance 8 and 4. The difference between 8 and 4 from 10 has to be balanced by M, because it's the only element left. And like I say, this method works, but if you're trying to do the simplest way, this is the simplest way. And when you look at it, it ends up being identical. You can render this as 30 minus 12. This, you can think of it in this way, exactly. So there's no mystery to why it works. But there's less overhead. There's less writing. There's less steps to it. Right? And you don't ever encounter anything as terrifying as a division. So yeah, I had a problem with that. Like, why are we selling the most naive method as the simplest method? It isn't. It isn't. If you actually understand what needs to be happening here for this average to come out to be 10, obviously this has to work. This has to be true. And this is easier to do. You can do this in your head as you're reading off the list. Boom. By the time you even get to this part of the question, you know that it's 18. Or something close to that. So there you go.